What does the Bible say about the heavenly host? And beware, lest you raise your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the host of heaven, you be drawn away and bow down to them and serve them. And have gone and served other gods and worshipped them, or the sun, or the moon, or any other host of heaven, which I have forbidden. And they abandoned all the commandments of the Lord their God, and they made for themselves metal images of 2 calves, and they made an Asherah, and worshipped all the host of heaven, and served Baal. For he built the high places that Hezekiah his father had destroyed, and he erected altars for Baal, and made an Asherah, as Ahab king of Israel had done, and worshipped all the host of heaven, and served them. And he built altars for all the host of heaven in the 2 courts of the house of the Lord. And he deposed the priests whom the kings of Judah had ordained to make offerings in the high places at the cities of Judah and around Jerusalem. Those also who burned incense to Baal, to the sun and the moon and the constellations and all the hosts of the heavens. You are the Lord, you alone. You have made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their hosts, the earth and all that is on it, the sea and all that is in them. And you preserve all of them, and the host of heaven worship you. On that day the Lord will punish the host of heaven in heaven, and the kings of the earth on the earth. All the host of heaven shall rot away, and the skies roll up like a scroll. All the hosts shall fall, as leaves fall from the vine, like the leaves falling from the fig tree. And they shall be spread before the sun and the moon and all the host of heaven, which they have loved and served, which they have gone after, and which they have sought and worshipped. And they shall not be gathered or buried. They shall be as dung on the surface of the ground. All the inhabitants of the earth are accounted as nothing, and he does according to his will among the host of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say to him, "What have you done?" But God turned away and gave them over to worship the host of heaven, as it is written in the book of the prophets. Did you bring to me slain beasts and sacrifice during the 40 years in the wilderness, O house of Israel? And Micaiah said, Therefore hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing beside him on his right hand and on his left. For he rebuilt the high places that his father Hezekiah had broken down, and he erected altars to the Baals, and made Ashtaroth, and worship all the host of heaven and serve them. I made the earth and created man on it. It was my hand that stretched out the heavens, and I commanded all their host. Lift up your eyes on high and see, who created these? He who brings out their hosts by number, calling them all by name, by the greatness of his might, and because he is strong in power, not one is missing. And he has gone and served other gods and worshipped them, or the sun, or the moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have forbidden. And they shall be spread before the sun and the moon, and all the host of heaven, which they have loved and served, which they have gone after, and which they have sought and worshipped. Praise him, all his angels. Praise him, all his host. These verses are from the English Standard Version of the Bible, emphasizing the host of heaven, a term often used to refer to angelic beings, stars, or heavenly bodies, and how they interact with or worship God.